All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Wilson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down, it's Martinez. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check, 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 check. Watch twist.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, 60 Pittsburgh, 54. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks.
Back to throw. Love. And able to complete it to Moreau.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Now a play fake here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
The Seahawks take over. Go, boys, go! At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, If you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically...
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. All day, baby, all day.
On third down, Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 13-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
At the 16-yard line.
Watch the cover. Alert.
from the 16. Wilson. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. On first down, Martinez. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run, watch the run. Alpha. Ready, go.
On first down, Love. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love rolling to his right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw again. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like he tried it all there. Tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And they will finally get him down up at the 42-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Love. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On second down now, it's Martinez. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kenny Moore, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
This one complete to Scott Miller. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Back to throw. Love. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Love. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Here we go.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Exit. Check, Mike.
From the gun, Love. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Wild, 64, weak. Echo. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check.
Back to throw. Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. This guy is in a zone. Remember, he had a sack hat trick last week. That got him NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Another one right here.
I love how you phrase that, in the zone, because I'm a firm believer that like a
and the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Lock it. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check. Check out.
Operating from the gun. Love going up top for Miller. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Throwing to start the drive. Love. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. But some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Got it. Go.
They'll run on first down. Martinez. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Well, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson going up top. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. There's Wilson to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Hey, check. 3 down. Say. Blue dot Corker. Go.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Ready. 57's Mike 57.
The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
65. Rush in.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down. Wilson
now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10 from the gun. A run for Johnson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full streak.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And what a return as he brings us all the way back to the 25-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
The quarterback keeps it. It's a loss of 1.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Double tight. Out. 5 down. Stand up in.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. The play lost a yard.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Play that tight deep. Don't let them breathe, defense.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback keeps it.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tampa Bay, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.